Hi guys, I've been doing a bit of self-inquiry through meditation and actually doing the self-inquiry, asking them 3 questions. If you go back from my video, just see what that is. And it's on relationships this time. Trying to find out why, apart from the 10-year relationship with the kid's dad and the 5-year relationship, most of the relationships that I've been in have been like 2 years. Probably, yeah. I've had like breaks in between, like 2, 3, 4, sometimes 5 years by myself. Licking my wounds. But yeah, the self-inquiry into that. So yeah, inquiry into that, basically discovered that after I was abused by my biological father, he lived with us for a further 2 years. So in that 2 years, even though he never went near me sexually again, he was still the biological predator. The coercive behaviour, controlling behaviour. We weren't allowed to have a drink of water until after I'd finished my meal. I wasn't allowed to directly look at him. I wasn't allowed to wear certain things. I wasn't allowed to speak until I was spoken to. It goes on. And I blotted most of my childhood out. Now I know why, since I've been looking into it, doing meditation and everything. Yeah, it makes so much more sense going forward into relationships, what I actually stood for and what I mistook most of the time as love from these controlling partners and things like that. Makes so much more sense. Revelations. Yeah, it's funny what things come back to me. Like, even though I didn't go near me sexually again, it'd still come into the bathroom when I was in the bath and have a pee outside of me in the toilet. It was like trying to prove something or other. I'm not sure. I think I was only about 11 then when we were doing all this. It went on from between 10 and when I told to when I was 12, so my mum split up with him. So, yeah. So all that sort of behaviour transpired into things I can't stand anymore going forward as an adult. Especially now I recognise these patterns in things that I've seen in people that I don't like. Not having a wee while I went bath or like that, but just the coercive behaviour. Recognising that in others and the patterns that they do, this sort of quite predatory behaviour, narcissists, basically. So I think it's more like the gaslighting, awkward silences, the walking on eggshells, that sort of behaviour. The breadcrumbing, giving you just enough to keep you interested, or showing you a little bit of love or whatever, just to control you, basically. Yeah, and it's weird how I clock that now. It's like, since I've been doing all this meditation and self-inquiry and everything, my mind's going back and pinpointing things of people that have not just, also in friendships, not just, private relationships, friendships and even family members, the gaslighting and things like that I've never sort of recognised before. Yeah, it's amazing, once you get yourself through these boundaries and start recollecting things that have happened to you instead of blotting them all out. what you discover. Yeah, you blow your own mind sometimes.